What's going on? Here we go. I think it's working. Yes, it must be working. Okay. Hi. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to She Bites Media. I am your host and raging feminist, Mandalena Lewis, and these are your major MeToo news to noon for Friday, June 7th. Tarana Burke, founder of the MeToo movement, spoke at a Women Deliver conference held in Vancouver yesterday about trauma porn. Tarana said revealing intimate details about one's MeToo story can hurt and damage women, stating, "What I have watched over the last 2 years is the world trade on the labor of survivors. They trot us out to tell these gory stories, and nobody takes into account what that does to us. We should be careful that people don't turn our stories into fodder for their trauma porn." Adding, "There's power in not telling your story. People are lying when they say they have to hear the details of your story to understand. I'm not telling anybody to be silent about it. I just that it doesn't have to be this big display." There were more than 8,000 delegates at the meeting, speakers including CEO of World Bank Kristalina Georgieva, executive of Microsoft Melinda Gates, and the event was kicked off by a speech from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, where he stated that Canada won't always get it right when it comes to facing challenges associated to gender equality, including sexism, misogyny, racism, and colonialism.
So let me be clear. Our government will always be your partner, willing to admit when mistakes are made and working very hard to build a better future for all our children.
The Women Deliver conference took place at the Vancouver Convention, which ended yesterday, whose major sponsorship included Johnson & Johnson, Procter & Gamble, Bayer, Pfizer, Merck, and UNICEF. Men are suing women who say they sexually abused them. There is a chilling number of high-profile defamation cases who have been coming at survivor leaders and MeToo whistleblowers from the men they are ousting. Last week, Sandra Mueller, the journalist and woman who got behind the helm with France's MeToo movement, appeared in a Paris court where she defended herself against a defamation lawsuit brought forward by the fellow journalist she ousted for making grossly inappropriate comments. Mueller called out Eric Briand, a senior French television producer, when she took to Twitter with the comments he made to her, which were, "You have big breasts, you're my type of woman, I will make you orgasm all night." Mueller then started an online campaign hashtag called Balance ton porc, which delightfully translates to squeal on your pig. Briand clapped back with a defamation lawsuit, demanded she remove his name from the tweet. In December of 2017, French newspaper called Le Monde published comments from Briand about how he had in fact made inappropriate comments to her, stating, "Very late at night I did, during a drink-fueled cocktail party evening, but I only did it once." In court, Briand again admitted he had said those words to Mueller, adding that he sent her an apology text message the following day. He also added that Mueller's violence against me never stopped, the violence of people hiding behind their phones. I would rather have been tried in a court of justice than in the court of social media. Mueller's lawyer, Francis Spiner, said in court last Wednesday that if this hashtag worked, it's because hundreds of women have had enough and recognized themselves in this tweet. Here's a bit from Mueller herself.
What they did with this hashtag, and they did a lot, and not only in France, in Hong Kong, in Japanese, it's an international movement.
Briand is suing Mueller for over $55,000 in damages and roughly $15,000 in legal fees. In a rare appearance, the heads of mainstream broadcast divisions ABC, CBS, and NBC appeared on the same panel to talk Trump tweets, MeToo, and M&A. NBC's Noah Abraham, CBS's Susan Serinsky, and ABC's James Goldston expressed their strong opinions during an FTR Future of News Summit. Their thoughts went against the view of Vice News EVP Josh Tyrangiel from a previous panel who discredits Trump's tweets. Serinsky adding that the tumult of MeToo has created an ongoing series of changes that she says unlikely is to change, adding, "This change is one that society had to make. We're really dictating change, and we have hired people. We're listening, and we're acting in order to reassure employees." All panelists ended by agreeing that political or business agendas distort the coverage, urging them to stay independent. A pair of Vancouver-raised rebel survivors have started a feminist activist news organization. It's been 1 week since She Bites Media has been up and running, and it's hit the ground running. Director Sam Fazio says she's ready for a MeToo revolution.
I'm just super proud of us, for one, for starting this and just creating a platform where people can feel safe and comfortable and be able to tell their story without any form of, like, us taking their words and twisting them or making them feel bad for what happened to them, and just creating a space where not only are we telling stories and we're getting the truth out there, but we're also taking action.
She Bites is a not-for-profit media society aimed at holding powerful institutions, corporations, and cultures accountable. She Bites is publishing, broadcasting, and podcasting untold women's stories in the Me Too era. Not only that, but we will be executing live actions in order to support women and agitate the status quo. Be sure to go to www.shebites.ca. It is currently 12 degrees in Victoria, mostly cloudy with highs of 14 and lows of 9 degrees. These have been your major Me Too news to noon on Friday. Please do stay tuned for today's commentary. Today's commentary is about how to share your Me Too story. So what I have found through my thorough personal experience is that you should tell your story exactly how you want to and if you want to. If you want to take back your power by sharing your story publicly, find reputable journalists. They are not all made the same. Unfortunately, the majority do not get it and are looking to get a trophy out of your deeply personal story. I agree with Tarana when she says there's labor being made off the story of survivors. They are looking for salacious details, and it is indeed exhausting telling your story over and over again to journalists who try their best sometimes but can't get anywhere because they answer to a media corporation who's looking to get as many clicks as possible to stay afloat. Check out Me Too stories you've already shared or liked. Find the person who wrote the story at the top of the article and find them on Twitter or social media. Don't let anyone tell you you cannot share your story. It is not their story to control. It is no one's story but your own. If you are under 19 or you were 19 at the time of your sexual abuse and you want to tell your story publicly, you can remove your publication ban. As with our director and fierce survivor, Sam Fazio, who after an old white man took apart her story in the Vancouver Sun, traipsed her story really, like trauma porn, Sam started to speak up for herself publicly and took her story to social media platforms. Sam actually got in trouble for this by the police, but she didn't stop. Sam found a reputable journalist who she felt comfortable with and did an interview for the CBC National. She told her story the way she felt comfortable, the best that she did, and since then she's become the director of this rebel feminist activist news outlet, She Bites Media. So please, you can come here. This is why we built this. You can publish, broadcast, podcast your stories with us. You can tell your story directly the way that you want in a first-hand POV. You can tell the world whatever you feel you want to share, and it's nobody can control you. And if you need to break NDAs and you need to push the boundaries of what is legal or what people say is okay, you need to do that. So rebel, really. These have been your She Bites commentary for today. It's been Friday. You will not see me again till Monday because this is a weekly, daily She Bites news cycle. So I hope all our sisters, allies, supporters have a revolutionary weekend. We will see you again on Monday for another She Bites Daily. Until then, survive, disobey, and document.